you get in a comfortable position, we will start by bringing the mind into the here and now, being aware of what we feel, of how we are. We consecrate our meditation, we offer our meditation for the benefit of all sentient beings. May they all be happy, may they all be wise, may they all be kind to each other. We consecrate our meditation to the discovery of that mystery of existence, of being without being someone or something. God seen as the essence of our being, as the essence of the world. And we will start now our warming exercises. First, the rotation of the head. We let our chin down and rotate the head to the right, slowly with awareness. Feeling the muscles in the neck contracting and then relaxing. Helping us to remove any tension, any contraction. And now we change the direction, rotating the head to the other side, again slowly with awareness. And now we relax, observing the sensations in the neck, in the body, the relaxation. We continue with the rotation of the shoulders. We bring the shoulders up, then to the back, opening the chest, bringing the shoulder blades together, then down to the front, up. With awareness, without forcing it. We want to relax the shoulders, the back. and we relax, observing the sensations in the shoulders, the opening of the chest. Now we clasp our hands together in the back. When we exhale, we bend forward, bringing the hands to the front. Then when we inhale, we raise up. And slowly we get back, observing the sensations in the body. Relaxation of the back, the opening of the chest. We continue with the stretching to the side. Inhale, raise the arm. Exhale, stretch to the side. Then inhale, raise the other arm. Stretch then on an exhale to the other side. We feel that pleasant sensation of the stretching. And we relax, slowly getting back, feeling the stretching, a pleasant sensation in the body. We continue now with the twisting of the spine to the left, stretching a bit, to the right, stretching a bit, again without forcing it. And then we relax. And now we will end our warming exercises with the twisting and bending. When we exhale, bring the right shoulder to the left knee. We inhale, getting back, then the left shoulder to the right knee. And we get back, observing the sensations in the body. We are now prepared for meditation. We find a comfortable position with the back straight, finding that inner balance between the firmness of the pose and relaxation so that we can remain still for a long period of time, transforming the stillness of the body into the stillness of the mind. Shoulders a little to the back, opening the chest in an open attitude. like we want to embrace the world with kindness and compassion, with love. We use the awareness of the breathing to keep the mind present. We observe the sensation of the air touching the nostrils, like a gentle breeze, colder when we inhale, warmer when we exhale. We use this subtle sensation to keep the mind present. Every time we become aware that our thoughts are elsewhere, with calm and perseverance, we bring the mind back, the breathing, to the subtle sensation of the air touching the nostrils. And we keep this awareness for a while until we feel the mind calm and relaxed. Now we will bring our awareness to the chest area, feeling the expansion when we inhale, then the gentle contraction when we exhale. The sensation is very subtle and we feel it from the inside of the chest. Again, we use this subtle sensation to keep the mind into the here and now, to help the mind dissolve into this inner space of the chest. Inhale, expand, exhale, contract. And now we focus our awareness at that moment in between breathings, when the inhalation stops just before exhalation starts, or when the exhalation stops just before inhalation starts. There is a short moment of void, of pause, in which the mind is suspended, still, without moving, in between thoughts, in between breathings. We try to remain there in this stillness for a second or two. We inhale, pause, exhale, pause. These short pauses in between breathings interrupt the inner stories, interrupt the thoughts with moments of silence, of stillness. It helps us to become more aware of this background of quietness, of stillness, of silence, background on which thoughts, emotions, sensations appear, remain for a while, and then disappear, and we continue to exist. Inhale, stillness. Exhale, stillness. The mind is gradually dissolving into this background of silence, of stillness, with each breathing, with each pause. This background of stillness is the space of the heart, Hritakasha. So with each inhalation we enter into the heart. With each exhalation we surrender into the heart. In this way, each breathing brings us closer to our essence. We start the process of introspection, of Atma Vichara, asking ourselves the question, who am I? The mind cannot answer because the answer is the existence itself. So we ask the question, we are the answer. Who am I? We can use everything that appears in our awareness to get back to this I am feeling, that answer to the question. So, thoughts, emotions, sensations, who is the one thinking, who is the one feeling me, who am I? In this way, we get back again and again to this I am, that answer to the question, I am, that becomes a tremor of the heart, spanda, a vibrating light so intense that we can just surrender, being without being someone or something, pure existence, pure consciousness, pure bliss. Who am I? Keeping the awareness of the heart, this pure I am feeling. Slowly we get back. We gently open the eyes and conclude our meditation now. So today we will continue to speak about different methods to achieve a focused mind, different methods of concentration, of dharana, and sure, the last one that we speak about, but not the last method, is using a mantra. Actually, this is maybe the most used and famous method in India, even if it's not confined to Indian space. Sure, there are different names, different ways to describe, but very similar practices, which are based on the same principle. If you repeat something in your mind is full of that thing, and there is no other space for other thoughts and things to be there. So the principle for concentration is this simple. Just say something again and again and again and again without letting any moment for other thoughts to arise. And this is the principle for using mantra as a tool for achieving dharana, a concentrated mind, because the theory behind this practice is more complex and more important, but for the simple concentration, this is the way. For this reason, for example, Osho or Rajneesh said that you can use Coca-Cola. If you say just Coca-Cola without letting any space, you will achieve a concentrated mind. But sure, the background of this concentration is not spiritual and doesn't help very much, but you will have a concentrated mind. Uh, a mantra is more profound and complex than Coca-Cola for sure, and we don't recommend to use Coca-Cola for practicing dharana or concentration of the mind, but the principle stands. So to be very clear in this regard, if you want to be focused, don't let anything in your mind. Actually, in Yoga Sutras, there is a quote in the first chapter that says that you can focus your mind by just contemplating whatever your mind is attracted to. So if you like Coca-Cola very much, then your mind will be very focused on that. But sure, there is no spirituality there, and is not a good thing. Why is that? Why it's important what you say and not the result? Because the words have power over mind. You see, every time that we hear a word, for example, now I said Coca-Cola, and for sure in your mind you imagine the bottle of Coca-Cola, the writing, the taste, maybe the color of the drink. So the simple mentioning of this word created in your mind an entire mental image. So you see, this is the reason that words are quite powerful in our mind, because they create realities. These realities are a combination of memories, desires, experiences, imagination. Yes, so each word that we hear or we think awaken in us these complex mental images. And for this reason, in a lot of old traditions, uh, there were like a kind of respect for the spoken word, for the words that you speak. So, for example, in Romania, uh, they avoid, sure, in the past, not so much now, but they avoid to to say some words that are uh, evoking the evil. You know, for example, for Satan, they say uh, in Romania it's ucigăl toaca, which means that let him be killed by the sound of it's calling for prayer. Like, let's say, let the one that is killed by the sound of a bell, of a church bell. You see, or another way to say this is um, it's difficult to translate because it's an archaism in Romanian, but it's the the sense is uh, the one that goes to the void, something like this. So in this way, instead of calling that presence of evil, you say something that makes that evil go away in this direction. So why? Because just saying the name is like invoking, calling upon the presence of that evil. So it's better not to say it, so that, or if you say something that makes that evil go away or die. Uh, sure, in the Bible, there is this way in which God is saying, let there be light. So expressing what he wants, that thing becomes real. So you see, it's not about just the yogis and Hindu, but also in the West, in the Western tradition, there is this power of the word, of what you say, that becomes reality. For sure, in the Hindu tradition, there is an entire speculation, an entire theory, philosophy about this power of the word. The Sanskrit alphabet is a construct, is not something that it's used in the common language, but is a spiritual language, and it's created to express these levels of reality. Each letter represents an energy. And the vowels are considered to be consciousness, to be Shiva, and the consonants are Shakti. And you see the beauty that each word is a combination of vowels and consonants. So it's Shiva and Shakti together creating the reality by combining their uh, respective energies. And each letter has a signification. So the vowels, like I said, are the representing Shiva, but actually the energies of Shiva, consciousness, bliss, uh, action, and intention, and all those things that you to know are represented by the vowels, and the consonants are tattvas, and so each word has consciousness through the vowels, but also is manifesting through the consonants. For sure, mantras usually we think about them as very simple syllables that represents a word of power, but in Hindu tradition and in the way that they are used in Christianity and in Islam, they can be short prayers, like in the famous prayer of the heart of uh, orthodoxy that uh, 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 I have difficulties to translate. So, Lord Jesus Christ, our Savior, have mercy on our souls. A bit like this, and you say it by inhaling Lord Jesus Christ, then exhaled, have mercy on our souls. So it's a combining between these kind of sayings, uh, and you say them using the breathing, like almost like a mantra in Christianity. It's called the prayer of the heart in Orthodoxy, and it's used like this. But also, just saying the name of Jesus or something is used in Christianity very similarly to a mantra. Uh, or sure, some prayers. In Hindu tradition, they use both these short mantras, which are called bija. Bija means seed. So these are seed mantras like Om or other similar mantras, but also they have these longer forms like Gayatri mantra uh, or the Buddhist mantras like Om Mani Padme Hum. So are longer mantras which contain some prayer coupled with some seed mantras. Uh, the way in which it's practiced, this so-called, it's actually called mantra yoga, it's by different levels. You can start from the lowest level, just trying to focus the mind and achieve concentration by doing japa. Japa, it's about just saying the mantra again and again and again. You can say it with loud voice, you can say it in your mind, but what is specific is this continuous uttering, the continuous saying, continuous recitation. So like om, 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 without letting anything in between, so that you can actually not have any thought. And it's a very good method when we have a lot of intruding thoughts. I don't know, we had some fight or problem and we cannot not think about it. So when we want to escape this, japa is very good. Coupled with the mala, uh, there are some studies that show that this coupling the saying of a mantra with the gesture of moving the beads of a mala has a very powerful impact on the mind to quiet it, to calm down and relax the mind. So japa is better to be practiced with the mala. But this is just the start, because you see the theory behind the word and mantra show us what is actually happening when we do this kind of meditation. For sure, I will remember you what Patanjali says when he spoke about Om. He said the practice of achieving quietness of the mind using the mantra Om in Yoga Sutras, is by doing japa, so saying the mantra again and again, but also by doing bhavana, so contemplating. The usual translation is contemplating the meaning of the mantra. So it's not enough to just say the mantra, but also you have to keep in your mind what is the significance of that mantra. Bhavana is good. It's used in a very good sense here, because you don't have to think about what is the signification of the mantra, the sense of the mantra, but to feel that sense of the mantra. In the case of Om in Yoga Sutras, Patanjali says that Om is the name of the god, of Ishvara. So it's like when you have a friend that is called Fernao, let's say, yes. So Fernao is Fernao. But if you want to call Fernao, you see the Fernao across the street and you want to call Fernao to you have to say loud, "Hey, Fernao, come here." So this is the signification of the name, is the way in which you recognize that reality. So in the case of God, God is not, the name of God is not God. Yes, God is what is the reality of that uh, existence, pure existence. But when you want to call it in Yoga Sutras, the name is Om. So if you want to bring God to you, you say his name, which is Om. So this is the theory in Yoga Sutra. So if you want to bring God to you, you have to keep in mind that you are calling God to you. Yes, this is bhavana. I am bringing God in my heart, in my soul. And is the same when you do japa with the mantra of Mahavidya. You have to keep in your mind that you are calling that Mahavidya by her mantra name, and you bring her into your heart. This is the bhavana. Yeah, it's not just saying a mantra for the sake of saying a mantra, but to bring that reality to you. And The theory behind all this is that theory of the levels of the word. If you remember, and I will remember you now, the levels of the word in yogic theory is that this energy of expression goes through different levels until it becomes manifested when you say it with your loud voice. So the first level, the most spiritual and profound level, it's called Paravak. Para means the supreme, the highest, the most profound, the most inner part of the word. And there is just pure energy. It's like the origin of all words. So this is the supreme consciousness from which everything appears, and is called the supreme word, the highest level of the word. And from here appears like an intention, like I want to express something. And this level, which is very close to para, to this highest word, but is like a coagulation, like a stir in this place in which there is no differentiation. So this level is called Pashyanti. Pashyanti means the visionary. It's like you have a vision. I want to express, to create, to manifest something. So it's pure intention. You don't know exactly how, but you have the desire, this intention. So this is Pashyanti, the visionary, the vision of what you want to express. Then the next level is called Madhyama. Madhyama, it actually means in the middle level. And usually it's the mental part. When you start to have different ideas, so let's say you feel the desire to express some inner vision, yes, and you want to, and you think how will I express this inner vision? I can create a picture, a paint, I can create a poem, can create a song, I can express this in various ways. Even if I want to say that thing, I can say it in different ways. So let's say, like now, I want to speak about mantra. Yeah, I have this intention before I start the class. I had this vision that I want to express something about mantra. And this was the vision, the Pashyanti. Then in my mind, I started to have different idea. I want to speak about that. I want to speak about that. I want to speak in this way about this. So different. This is the middle level. It's in between. For this reason, it's in between the vision and the reality, because it has some characteristics of the vision, because it has this kind of energy that is not quite clear, but it starts to have some forms, appears different ways in which I can express it, different words, and so on. And then the last and most external level, it's called Vaikari, which means embodied. Is like the word have become like a body, like it has a body, because I express it, I manifest it in a way. From all the possibilities, I choose one and open my mouth and express it. Yes. So when we use a mantra, we get the other way. So we start with the embodied word, which is the actual mantra that we speak, like let's say Om. Om, when I say it with loud voice, is the Vaikari, is the expressed, is the embodied word. Then, after a while, after my mind is calmed down and it's more quiet and still, I can move to the middle level, to the Madhyama. In the middle level, there is the mantra, the word in my mind, but in the same time, there is the energy of that mantra, is the inner sound that I hear, that is corresponding to the mantra, and the two are mingled together. They are uh, mixed together. Yes. So I say the mantra, but I also feel the energy, and this is the Madhyama. And if I persevere and I continue and I go deeper, then I go to the essence of the word, which is the vision or the higher signification of that word, which is like an energy. Is not the Om anymore, but is the energy and the vision that Om is bringing to me. Yes, this is Pashyanti. And if I continue further, I can go to Paravak. I can dissolve into the divine consciousness. And there the mantra is having its fruits. In the Om case, it is dissolving into the divine consciousness. So you see how this practice that starts with dharana, with concentration, I just want to have the mind focus on a single thing, becomes meditation, and then samadhi, ecstasy. The same simple practice, but for sure I have to first persevere, second understand what is happening so I can go from level to level, because otherwise I just cling to, I don't know, to say the mind, to say the mantra with loud voice. I can do this forever, yes, but it's not transforming me. So I have to go to the mental level, then to the energy level, and then dissolve into the divine consciousness to bring all the things together. For sure, we are using here also the nada yoga, the yoga of the subtle sound, of that inner sound of consciousness, which again, like the levels of the word, is manifested in Vaikari and then becomes subtler and subtler until it's that anahata nada, that sound without cause. Uh, and it's quite similar, but in practicing nada yoga, you can go directly to the sound without using the mantra beforehand. In the tantric tradition, for sure, mantras are used for various effects, for various achievements. They use mantras for everything from, I don't know, making someone fall in love with you and have a pot of gold or something to spiritual things. But like I said, the principle behind it is that the word has power. And understanding that the word has power over mind brings to us a responsibility, because understanding this means that if we want to have a beautiful mind, clear and clean mind, we have to use words that create this beautiful reality. So choosing the way in which we express what we feel, what we experience, it's important for the quality of the mind. For this reason, we have that niyama, which is study, svadhyaya. Studying means that you read books that express beauty, that express spirituality, that express something that creates in your mind a beautiful world, yes. And when you speak to someone, you have to be responsible and understand this process, and you want to create in his mind a beautiful image, a beautiful word. So you have to choose those words that create this beautiful reality. You don't want to bring anything that is out of harmony and create tension and such. So for this reason, in yoga is practice mauna, the silence, yes, to become more aware of this power of the words. I think if you practice mauna for a period of time, you saw that when you end mauna, you are becoming more aware of what you say. You don't speak randomly without thinking, but you choose your words carefully. And for this reason, it's a good practice, this practice of silence, to help you in this regard to express yourself in a beautiful way, so that you bring in your mind and in the mind of the people that hear you beauty, harmony, and all the good things. So I think part of the vision was expressed. So if you have some question, please ask them.
What is Nada Yoga?
Nada, nada, nada.
Yoga, I don't remember.
So Nada Yoga means the yoga of the subtle sound. It's like the theory is like the consciousness is uh, is like a sound vibration. So when you stay in a silent place, in a place without any sound, it's like you hear a kind of vibration in your ear. For some people is a bit disturbing. This sound of silence is actually sometimes called the sound of silence. But sure, you are used with the mantras and with that kind of vibration that remains when you say the mantra, that vibration that remains. And it's quite similar to a sound for the mind. Translate it like it's a sound, but it's actually this vibration of your consciousness. And this vibration of your consciousness is modulated by your by the way in which you feel. So the sound is more subtle when you are a higher consciousness, and it's more low when your consciousness is too uh, engrossed in the material world. But it's always there if you know how to listen to it. So there is an entire yoga. A lot of things are said in Hatha Yoga Pradipika in the last chapter about this Nada Yoga, but basically is to listen to this sound of silence. Yes, to this inner vibration of your consciousness. And mantras usually uh, let us become more aware of this uh, nada. Usually it's called anahata nada, like the chakra anahata, because anahata means the sound that is not created by hitting, by yes, this is anahata without uh, hitting, because it's considered that any sound it's created by hitting the air, you know, creating a sound wave. It's usually by hitting the air. So the sound is actually created by repeatedly hitting the air. But this sound, this inner sound, was not created by an external cause. And for this reason, it's called anahata. It's like the sound that has no external cause, that is not created by something, because again uh, is the sound of silence, of consciousness. And sure, mantra yoga becomes nada yoga in these higher levels when you just hear the inner sound. For us, sure, because we are discussing the dharana, the concentration, this inner sound can be an object of our awareness to concentrate the mind. Yes, but not all the people can recognize him. I had long discussion with different students that said that I cannot hear, but usually it's just about don't recognize the sound or this kind of vibration. Is not that, because when you are in silence in a place without any kind of sound, your ear are vibrating with this kind of sound. In a way, they say that it's like when you hear the distant rumble of a thunder, or when you hear the ocean in the distant way, is that woo, woo, yeah, or um, um, the wind going to the trees, or a waterfall, different ways in which they express this vibrating sound that you hear in the distance. It's not like you are near the sound and it's next to you. It's also compared to the sound of a gong or this kind of ball, but the sound that dissolves into the silence, that part of the sound, that it's in between silence and sound, the last part of the sound of a ball or a bell in a church and such. So it's usually compared to this because different people hear it in different ways. For some are more closely to the sound of a gong, for others is more closely to the wind, for other is the sound of a distant ocean, like you have in Madeira or Porto Santo. Uh, Different kind of things, of ways to express it, but it's actually this vibration of your consciousness. So we will communicate in the WhatsApp, but for sure the next week we cannot meet because I will be in a plane. We will see about the week next to that, and for sure, first time when we meet, we will do again the meditation with the yantras so that we can have it recorded and to remember it. Will be different, but I hope will be uh, as at least as good as the last one. So have a nice evening and thank you for being here.
Very much. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.